Hello, 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 and welcome to your favorite bad movie podcast. It's the only podcast that's brave enough to ask the question, if this movie's so bad, why do you like it so much? We're your hosts. My name is Chris Anderson, and with me, as always, is the Wyatt to my Gary, Mr. Greg Bossy. How are you, Greg?
I am all right. I'm going to tell you right, like today at some point, I was like, God, I hope he calls me Wyatt.
Oh, yeah. You're the Wyatt for
No,
sure.
I was just like, if anybody's Wyatt, it's me. Like, I feel like I scream Wyatt.
Yeah, for sure. That's your viewpoint, Karen.
Okay, yeah, all right. This makes total sense to me. Yeah, I'm doing good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm very excited because obviously we have the Ian to my Max, my lovely wife, Anna Anderson. How are you, my dove?
Hello. Doing good.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. And, of course, she's beautiful. She's alluring. She's a sexual icon. She simply must be our own personal Lisa. It's returning guest Shelly Walston. Hello, Shelly.
Hello, hi. Yes, I don't think I've ever been called a Lisa before, but I'm glad that it can be today and in this context, especially if it comes with electrical stimulating ability to make anything appear.
Yeah.
Yes, magical powers, 100%.
Control over reality. Yeah, it's incredible.
I love
Yeah,
that.
sort of like a Freddy Krueger situation.
Except in reality.
Yeah, except you can't wake up.
You don't want to wake up. Why would you?
No. Listeners, of course, we're talking about Weird Science. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Weird Science, that means you're probably not between the ages of, I want to say, 37 and 58.
That sounds
But here's
about right.
a brief summary to hold in your mind. A pair of nerdy teenage boys use a computer to create a beautiful, horny woman, but end up getting a few life lessons for their trouble. And she has magical powers.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I'm glad you added the magical powers part.
it is important to note.
Yeah, and if you don't want the problematic age differences, you don't have to go any farther than that.
Yeah.
No, really, it's best not to think about that part. But it is definitely a big part of this movie that it is about a 15-year-old desperately wanting to have sex with an adult woman.
Yeah.
And that adult woman being very into that idea.
Yeah.
And the adult woman has electrical powers.
Yes.
That
she is
control
also
reality. That control
she's
reality.
a form of jinn, I would say.
Yeah. She's metaphysical.
She's like Atlas, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
From The Boy Who Saved Christmas.
Yes.
I love that we
like-
can compare. I love that we can compare anything to Santa Claus's brother from The Boy Who Saved Christmas. So strange.
I like to think of this as a modern day, and by modern day, I mean a 1985 modern day version of like Pygmalion and Galatea.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right?
For sure.
That makes it so much easier to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is part of a rich literary tradition, I want to say. You know, a tale as old as time, truly. So it's got like bones in it, but we'll get to that. Shelly, first I want to hear about why you chose Weird Science.
So I think it's pretty solidly established, especially on this podcast, that I have a thing for Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah,
I mean-
understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and-
naturally.
I mean, who doesn't?
That's one thing you and Steven Seagal have in common.
Oh, I feel like a special select few. Actually, it's interesting because I was telling people about this movie and how they should not watch it.
No,
And-
not really.
No, I mean, like,
Yeah.
And I said, but it's got Kelly LeBrock in it. And they're like, who? Kelly who? And so I pulled up a picture of Kelly LeBrock and, all of them did agree with me that it's right and good that I have a serious crush on Kelly LeBrock,
Well,
circa
yeah.
1985.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say this goes down in the reasons for loving this movie, just because I have a fond place in my heart for Kelly LeBrock. And I think I just wanted to be Gary.
Gary's a very relatable character. You are also the Gary of the show.
I feel like I definitely was a total nerd.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, point blank, I was a total nerd. And yeah, I thought it would have been cool to have like the hottest lady person ever on my arm.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you need to be a nerd to want that. You know what I mean?
It's a fairly commonplace desire, it turns out.
Yeah. And also, I love women's gymnastics. Like, I tried to be a gymnast and I failed at it. So, I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it all ties in. Do you remember how old you were when you first saw Weird Science?
I think I must have been like 12.
Okay. So I could see how this would imprint on you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I was born in 79. It came out in 85. I didn't see it when I was 6. I certainly did not. I know it was definitely like a VH tape that we rented from the Dillon's videotape rental store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked so much about your history with it because I know that you have started your new podcast, and now seems as good a time to bring it up as any. Your roots are showing about people's like touchstone awakening pieces regarding their sexuality. You could probably describe it better than I could. Please.
Yeah. So it's Your Roots Are Showing is a podcast with me and my friend Micheal. And we're putting it together. It's basically a queer Q&A. So folks come on, we have a chit chat. We ask them like, what is a queer root for you? And for people who don't maybe know, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of in the age group of queers who, when we sit down, it invariably comes up in conversation like, oh yeah, that's a root. And what we mean by that is just like this one moment in your childhood or your adolescence or even like into your 20s, 30s that just kind of flip the switch for you. And so, yeah, that's really our goal with the podcast. Your Roots Are Showing. I always, the line actually comes from another favorite and problematic film, Shag, starring Bridget Fonda and Annabeth Gish. And one of the main characters, Bridget Fonda, she's a blonde and she has terrible roots, and it's set in the deep South. And somebody hollers at her, "Your roots are showing," and it just makes me laugh every time I hear it, but also connect to it in this like this lusty little bit of awakening that I had with these 1980s camp films.
Fantastic. That sounds fascinating. Listeners, check it out. This episode, they should be coming out sometime around now. If your episode has not come out by now, it should be out soon. So listeners, keep an eye out for Your Roots Are Showing. And mentioning Bridget Fonda, Anna and I watched over Valentine's Day Point of No Return.
We did.
Which is definitely a root of my sexuality, but is not applicable to this show. Yeah. Bridget Fonda in that movie is incredibly beautiful.
What a baberino. Oh my God.
Greg, have you seen Weird Science before?
So that's a good question, because I thought that I had. So this is what I recall of Weird Science is like my brother really wanted to see it. He was at that age where like this would be like kind of perfect for him, you know?
Yeah.
And so I remember it like being a thing, like wanting it to be in our house, and it got in the house. It was PG-13 or whatever, so it wasn't really a problem for him to see it, you know? And the family liked John Hughes, so I'm pretty sure that we rented it or something. So I recall like having seen it pretty quickly when it came on VHS and never again.
Yeah.
But the only memory I had of it turned out to not even be in the movie. So like I remember her getting made into a person. And then I also remember and then there's like this scene where it's like they like leave and like the ooze falls on like a picture of a monster and a monster becomes real. It's like that's from something else or my brain. I don't know where that came from. That was not in the movie whatsoever. So have I seen this movie before? It's a good question.
Okay.
But so effectively, this was effectively my first watch of the film.
What did you think?
It's for someone who's much younger than me and is
Yes.
a little confused. I feel like at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say everything yet, but yeah, we'll get into it.
What about you, Anna? Do you have a background with weird science?
I did not. I wasn't sure how much of it I had seen, but I realized pretty quickly that I'd only seen clips from it in out of context, because there was a lot of the story that I did not know and really could not have predicted. This movie was not as predictable as I thought it was. It is definitely, though, yes, like Greg said, it's a difficult movie to watch for the first time when you're 3 times older than the main characters. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's funny for like all the sort of millennial 80s nostalgia there's not a lot for weird science. Not as much as you would think that there ought to be.
Yeah.
Because it is, I think it has a very recognizable name and theme song. But
I think too some of the clips, because like her just saying like, what do you want to do now, you two little monsters, or whatever it is, like I have seen that a lot because I have watched MTV and VH1, and I have seen like I Love the 80s or all these other clip shows, or you've seen some kind of extended breakdown. It's like, you know, this movie despite the fact that you may have never seen the movie.
Yeah, it certainly has like a lot of very powerful mimetic images that are mostly based around how hot Kelly LeBrock is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I also remember one of my like local radio stations when I was growing up would use clips of Kelly LeBrock in like their morning Zoo Crew soundboard.
Yeah.
It'd be like, chips, dips, chains, whips. And
Yes.
so what do you two little maniacs want to do now? Like those two were definitely on the soundboard.
We're not talking candle wax on the nipples or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another great line from the movie.
Yeah.
It's true. There's just a lot of things that like hit, but overall it's like, well, I think there are a lot of reasons why it doesn't quite hold up. And, I think it is like, if you're out there saying like, oh, Weird Science isn't a bad movie, why is it on this podcast? That's a classic. It's not a classic, dude.
No.
It is at best.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. It is listed on the Wikipedia page as it is. The film is regarded as a cult classic. And I strongly disagree. Disagree.
Yeah. The only reason why you would be thinking about this movie at all is if it was one of the first things that ever made you horny. And it's understandable why it would.
What is like Weird Science is like, that's either the one where they make a woman or that one with Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
What was that?
Or My Science Project. That was Real Genius.
Real Genius, yeah. So it's just like it's one of those. It's in the nerd genre when instead of it being like, oh, the nerds are nerdy and they're getting back, it's like the nerds might be okay, or at least they're having sex.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is in that sort of weird nerd sex comedy subgenre that existed in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys want to get into the context research that I put into this show?
Yeah, let's unpack it.
Please.
Okay, then there we go. There's the mouse cursor. There's the bumper. So Weird Science came out August 2nd, 1985. 41 years old, this movie.
Jeez.
Yeah, weird to think about.
I love it.
This would have been like if they made a podcast when we were 5 years old, a movie that took place during World War II.
Don't do that to me. What?
They didn't even have podcasts then, Shelly. Don't worry about it. It didn't happen. Taglines are, our director is John Hughes. Taglines, we got 5 of them. Tagline number 1. They went from zeros to heroes in one fantastic weekend.
Sure.
Sort of.
I mean, it's not lighting any fires, but it's not putting any fires out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Heroes seems like a tiny stretch, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It does rhyme.
Mhm.
Yeah. Zeros and heroes does rhyme. Tagline number 2. Something weird is happening at Wyatt and Gary's.
Oh, boo. That's not a good one.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Okay.
I mean, so I'm not opposed to it, but again, it's not doing anything for me.
Okay. Maybe number 3. It's all in the name of science. Weird science.
All right.
That's
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. Tagline number 4. This one I think is going to hit you. This one I think is the most accurate.
Okay.
It's purely sexual.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously.
That's
I
the
feel
line
like
that she says. So,
That's a thing I say in life, so I'm all for it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it works.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's a weird tagline for a PG-13 movie, though.
Well, of course. Well, it's a weird concept for a PG-13 movie.
It is.
We're going to make a woman to have sex with in our PG-13 movie. Are you?
Yeah, but we're not going to have sex with her. She's not even going to be nude.
No. There's none of that.
No.
She's not going to be nude, but there is nudity.
I was
Yes.
trying to remember if there was or not, actually. Is it PG-13? It is, right?
It is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you get like one quick flash, as I recall.
Yeah.
Well, and Bill Paxton's butt.
Yeah, I was going to say, do we see MB?
Oh, yeah.
A little
Yeah,
BN.
butt
Yeah,
nudity.
BN,
Yeah.
butt
Yeah,
nudity.
well, and then you see some breasts, so you also get
Yeah.
some BN, some
Sure.
FBN.
All right. You get the both types of BN.
Yeah.
Tagline number 5. If you can't get a date, make one.
Sure.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I mean, it feels gross, but it is accurate, and I feel like it's catchy.
Yeah.
I think number 3 is the one that I like the best.
I'm going it's purely sexual.
Yeah, I'm definitely sticking with
Okay.
4. It's purely sexual.
Yeah. So in the 1950s,
Mhm.
EC Comics published a sci-fi comic called Weird Science. In issue number 5 of Weird Science, there was an 8-page story called Maid of the Future, about a guy that hitches a ride to the distant year 2150 with a group of time-traveling tourists. While he's there, he buys a Construct-A-Wife kit, which he brings back to 1959 and uses it to build his perfect mate.
Wow.
The name of this comic is Build a Maid, MAID, or Build a Mate, MATE.
It's called Maid of the Future, MADE. So a
Oh,
little play
okay.
on words.
Mhm.
Okay,
The-
okay.
There was Construct a Wife, which was the name of the kit.
And it's in a magazine called Weird Science,
Yes.
or a comic.
Yes. A comics magazine
Mhm.
published by EC Comics, premier publisher of horror and crime comics of the era. So in the early 1980s, Hollywood super producer Joel Silver bought the film rights to EC Comics, and he wanted to adapt Maid of the Future as an 80s teen comedy.
Wow.
Okay.
Joel Silver is, of course, the latest member of the Two Timers Club.
Let's say we've heard this name before.
Joel Silver was a producer on Xanadu. Check out our episode on Xanadu.
Yeah. This one is no Xanadu.
No,
No,
very
not-
different.
No.
Much less
It
joyous.
does have a good theme song, though.
Yeah.
It does have, but it also has some really great glittery costumes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot to like. I'm not saying there's not a lot to like, but it doesn't quite become a stew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weak in broth.
Mhm.
So yeah, he wanted to do an 80s teen comedy, and luckily he was already in business with the king of 80s teen comedies, Mr. John Hughes. Now, at this point in his career, John Hughes was more of a comedy writer than director, having written Mr. Mom and National Lampoon's Vacation, two very big hits. And he had also written his directorial debut, 16 Candles. Now, when he started working on Weird Science, he was in the middle of filming his sophomore effort, The Breakfast Club. I've read a couple of contradictory sources on the timeline, but it looks like he wrote the script to Weird Science in 2 days while filming The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
That just sounds like he really wanted to take Anthony Michael Hall's character from The Breakfast Club and like give him a sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Anthony Michael Hall is definitely like a director's surrogate for old John Hughes.
Mm.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's like an Alain Delon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely.
No, that's not what I mean.
No, he's Werner. He's the Kinski. He's,
He's Herzog
Yeah.
Stinsky.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can also sort of tell that this was written in 2 days. It
Yeah.
has that kind of feel. It could use another draft.
I also feel like there's a good dollop of improvisation in a couple of scenes, which would also
Absolutely.
explain some of the, like, you don't have a full script, or it's like they're doing this thing and they'll figure out what they say.
Mhm.
Yeah. I trust
also-
Anthony.
Very much not his genre. I mean, it's a teen sex comedy. That's his genre.
Mhm.
But it's also sci-fi in a way
Yeah.
that I don't think he has a complete handle on. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe he doesn't have to. Because the comic it's based on
yeah.
would not have.
Yeah, I think if you read it like a comic, it holds together better than if you read it like Hackers or something.
That's
You
fair.
know?
Yeah.
I think also he doesn't normally do madcap. I think of John Hughes as being very sincere, and this
Yeah.
is very arch, and I think that's why it feels like an awkward fit.
It's there's also a strange amount of like sincerity to the commitment in a lot of the bits that you don't typically see out. Like they made sets for just like specific moments. It's like that's a lot of commitment for.
Like that blue kitchen.
Yeah, that's specifically what I'm thinking of, amongst other things.
Yeah.
But it's just like you see a level of like thinking about comedy in a way you wouldn't see from regular comedic actors or makers, because it's like it just takes a lot of time and you got to sell it properly with direction and editing and everything. So that was weird to see.
Weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Filming began pretty quickly after Breakfast Club wrapped. It was mostly shot around Chicago in classic John Hughes style, though there was some studio footage shot in LA. The characters in the movie attend Shermer High School, which is the same high school as the Breakfast Club, and Hughes actually reused some footage from 16 Candles of the exterior of the high school. You can see the exact same footage in the same two movies. Now, Shermer High was the only thing brought with him from Breakfast Club. He also brought along star Anthony Michael Hall. Hall had turned down returning as Rusty in National Lampoon's European Vacation to star in Weird Science, so he clearly believed in the picture, or at least the paycheck that he was getting for it.
/ the chance to work with Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah. Seeing in the script that you're going to be hanging out with a sexy lady all day, I bet that sweetens the pot a little bit for however old he was at the time.
Yeah.
He worked with Hughes for a while, serving as an on-screen surrogate in assorted teen pictures until he turned down the role of Cameron in Ferris Bueller's Day Off in 1986. After that, they stopped working together. Yeah, it's weird to think of him in that role, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Alan Ruck was like 30 at the time, so I don't think the age would have been an issue. I think, I think Hall was afraid of getting too locked into this teen role, and it was a little bit too late for that anyway.
As you say, instead he's gone on to do whatever it was that he did that wasn't that.
He was on a season of Reacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and
Good for Anthony Michael Hall.
he
Yeah, it was
also
great.
had he had that terrible show, the Johnny Be Good. He did that in
does sound
'88. And
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off was what, like?
terrible. 86.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah.
But he also had that weird season of Saturday Night Live. You
Mhm.
know, he was trying to find something else to do, and he just couldn't find it.
Yeah. Poor guy.
So Kelly LeBrock was the first choice for the role of Lisa, but she was vacationing in southern France at the time. So they brought on swimsuit model Kelly Emberg. She was also Rod Stewart's girlfriend, had a child by Rod Stewart.
LeBrock or Emberg?
Kelly Emberg.
Hmm.
She was a swimsuit model, and she was fired after several days into filming. Probably not a particularly good actress. Luckily, at that point, LeBrock had become available and flew out, and she saved the day. They did have to reuse some of Emberg's costumes, so these might not have fit the way that LeBrock might have liked. Imagine how good she would have looked if the clothes had fit.
Wow.
I have no complaints.
It's true.
Yeah, none.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to fit her very well. But
Yes.
then again, we don't see all of the backs. I think that's
Sure.
where a
Yeah.
lot of not fitting of costumes is clutched
taken care of.
together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So filming wrapped just before Christmas 1984, and it was released to theaters 8 months later. Critics and audiences responded well. Weird Science took in $39 million on a $7.5 million budget. Though it is largely now thought of as one of Hughes's lesser works, it still has a cult following among people who discovered something about themselves at a young age by looking at Kelly LeBrock. Other comedies of 1985.
Mm.
Teen comedies specifically, we got some big ones. You got The Goonies.
Classic.
Yeah. Millennial Touchstone.
Mm-hmm.
You got Teen Wolf.
Another classic.
Mhm.
I love Teen Wolf. Yeah, you got The Breakfast Club, also from John Hughes.
Banger after banger.
Yeah.
You've got Just One of the Guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know that movie?
It's the
Yeah.
one about the gal who goes undercover as a boy so she can be a newspaper reporter.
All balls itch.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Okay, I do remember this movie.
No, I have no recollection of this.
I
It was
do.
the
'Cause
Comedy Central staple.
yeah, and the main guy is the same. Oh God, what is that main guy's name? The blondie. He was
Oh,
in
you got
Karate Kid.
Zabka. Yeah,
Yeah,
William
Zabka.
Zabka's in there as the bully.
Yeah, I do remember that.
You also got Better Off Dead this year.
Okay.
Oh, why isn't that my movie that I love? That would have been such a better movie to talk about. Oh
Yeah.
my God, do you have any idea the street value of this mountain? Ah!
But to be fair, if you had imprinted on John Cusack, your life would have been very different.
No, I also did imprint on John Cusack.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fine.
You got Real Genius, like we were just talking about,
Yeah.
the Nerdissance.
Yeah.
Also, similarly, arguably, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also this year, you got Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Check out our episode
Classic.
about Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
What a
Mhm.
great movie.
They do.
They do. What a fun movie that is. Oh my
Mm.
God. All right, you guys want to talk about the plot of Weird Science?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Plot bumper, listen to me. I'm gonna give you the plot summary. Come on, baby, here's the synopsis. Plot bumper, plot bumper.
So we get a brief cold open on Wyatt and Gary, played by Anthony Michael Hall and Ilan Mitchell Smith. And there are two nerdy protagonists. Gary is a little bit loquacious, and Ilan is a little bit more, Wyatt is a little bit more retiring, a little bit more shy, a little bit more in need of self-assurance.
Also, I do want to point out that by nerds we just mean that they're not liked and uncool. Like they're not like nerds in the fact that they're into anything kind of nerdy.
Well, Wyatt's into computers.
Sure. So he's into computers, by which I mean that he owns a computer, and then after that he does what with them?
He hacks into NORAD.
But I mean that's during the whole making a woman sequence. Like he's not hacking into NORAD outside of that.
No, he has no call to.
I don't think you know that. I mean, he knows how to do that, and
I'm just saying that for someone who's into computers, what he does is use a computer twice to do the same thing twice.
They don't spend a lot of time establishing Wyatt's computer cred. I'll grant you that.
Yeah.
I also,
or you could just say that they don't, and that he doesn't have it.
Standing behind Wyatt. I really am. I really am.
I was happy to be called Wyatt.
No, great.
I was happy to be called Wyatt.
Here's the deal. I think that Wyatt was previously very, 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 very interested in computers.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, there's much we can infer from what we've seen. I'm just saying it's inference.
No. And it was because of Lisa, his preoccupation for 3 days. That we didn't get more like thorough establishment of his computer wizardry.
Yeah, it would be weird if he was like, Lisa, can you just go entertain yourself for a while? I want a computer.
Lisa, would you check this binary code for me?
Sure.
Lisa, organize my box of punch cards.
Lisa, I got some.
I mean, they do freaking with the cradle, so there's that.
Yeah.
You know, it's authentic in that regard. Someone's seen War Games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It checks out. So, anyway, these two dorks, they're hanging out the high school gym in their gym clothes, watching high school gals practice gymnastics and drooling all over their shirts, and fantasizing about being popular and throwing a party before bullies Ian and Max pants them in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Very embarrassing. Flash cut to our opening credit theme song. And,
is it Ian or Max that's Robert Downey Jr.?
Ian.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
And obviously the theme song and the title logo are both like really iconic. We're going to have the theme song as our outro song today.
Yes. Little Oingo Boingo.
Yes. Classic Oingo Boingo. Now, then we cut to Wyatt's house, a beautiful upper middle class mansion in a Chicago suburb. Wyatt's parents are out of town for the weekend, but they've left him under the watchful eye of his older brother, Chet, who is an asshole played by Bill Paxton. Chet, I think, definitely hilarious in this movie. I want to say consistently fantastic. I love Chet.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. Yeah.
He's very good.
I just love to hate him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I used to think that I didn't like Bill Paxton as an actor, but I've come to recognize that what it is he's very good at playing unlikable characters.
Yeah.
And so I actually do like Bill Paxton. He's doing a great job every time.
Gary has come by for a sleepover, right around the age when you'd want to stop doing that, in the 15 to 16-year-old age. The two of them watch a colorized version of James Whale's Frankenstein, which gives Gary, the schemer of the two, the bright idea of creating a woman. They won't use dead bodies, though. Instead, they will use Wyatt's top-of-the-line computer to simulate a girl. This way they could, ask it questions, learn what girls like. This is almost reaching into the future to our modern age of AI relationships.
No, it's very prescient in a strange way.
The way that they feed it, the information is so, So
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
AI.
They're just like cutting out magazine pages and sliding them into a scanner to just be like, here's culture, computer. Here's culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock, Einstein, big boobs,
Mhm.
hentai.
Chess.
Karate.
Yeah. Front page of DeviantArt.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you
Yeah.
had this on in this day of age, you would throw in 3D printing, and boom, you could just remake this movie for today's youth very easily.
Wait, are we suggesting a remake?
I don't know what we're
Oh,
suggesting.
yeah.
I don't know.
The
I don't
thing
know
is,
what we're suggesting.
You could make it for today's youth, but I don't
But
think you would.
I don't think it's a great idea.
I don't.
It's
Yeah, don't do it.
inappropriate.
So inappropriate.
So at first, they're only able to generate some wireframe boobs. But then Wyatt hacks into NORAD to steal some of their processing power. And we get a fun montage of them feeding in pages of magazines, using them to define their perfect woman, including several pictures of Kelly LeBrock. And finally, they hook up a Barbie doll to a pair of electrodes, wear bras on their heads, and press enter.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to just point out that I really do believe that somehow John Hughes got his hands on like B-reel from Max Headron videos on MTV
Mhm.
for that computer montage
It's-
segment. Like
it's
it's
a-
so
really great.
it's so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
very
loved
fun.
it.
It feels like one of the better like I'm hacking montages I've seen in a film, actually, which feels insane to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But especially of this era. You
Yeah.
know, this was,
Yep.
what was it, 1985?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it came out in 85, so this was 1984. I mean,
Yeah.
but it felt like very Tron,
Mhm.
I stylized, very Tron stylized.
I also like that on his keyboard, the enter button had two red flashing
Yeah.
LEDs built into it.
It's
I want
really
to get a
nice.
keyboard with that.
So
Really
cool.
nice.
So cool.
Yeah, you always know where the enter button is at any given
Mhm.
time. So this causes all hell to break loose. Lightning bolts, rolling blackouts across Shermerville, Illinois, you name it. They try unplugging Wyatt's computer, it doesn't work. And then they throw the computer outside, still doesn't work. And then the door to Wyatt's ensuite bathroom explodes. Stepping out of the smoke, bathed in pink lightning, it's Kelly LeBrock in a crop top sweatshirt and very tiny blue panties. What an entrance. Instantly iconic.
Yeah.
This is what you're building your movie around.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And she says her first line, "So what would you little maniacs like to do first?" And obviously their first choice is to hop in the shower with her.
Mm-hmm.
But they both keep their pants on. They don't want to.
And their sneakers. Pants
Yeah.
and sneakers.
Yeah, they don't want her to see their feet. They're probably weird. So the night is young. So she whips up some suits for them and also a pink Cadillac and drives them into town. She has various magical powers that are sort of loosely defined, but also claims to be completely subservient to the boys. LeBrock would later describe her character, who the boys name Lisa, as a sort of erotic Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is perhaps mischievous, but mostly in the best service of Gary and Wyatt.
Yeah.
I mean, she does give very like mommy vibes
Mm-hmm.
in the way that she's trying to teach Wyatt to stand up for himself. Like
Absolutely.
very mommy.
Yeah. But at the same time, trying to hit on them a lot and frequently.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
I would like to say that I think she's just incredible in this film. As far as like her performance goes, it is like I think levels above anyone else in this film.
She's really good. Yeah.
She's extremely
so
good.
good.
Like I feel like she brings the movie alive when she's on screen, and it is just from her performance and her energy and her just excitement at whatever it is she's doing.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just her effortless cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Mhm.
she just exudes confidence and
Mhm.
like not giving two shits about what anybody else thinks about her,
Yep.
and knowing that whatever she does, it's going to work. And if it doesn't, she can like snap her fingers and make whatever appear so that it does work.
And she's having a good time doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, so they go to a blues club called the Candy Bar.
Spelled with a K.
Yeah. The boys get drunk, and Gary tells a group of old black men about a 13-year-old that he used to know with giant breasts. If you were being generous, you might describe his voice in this scene as talking jive.
It was so terrible.
It's very difficult, and it goes on for a long amount of time. And when you think it's stopped, when you think it is finally over, it keeps going, and then you think it's done, and then it shows up one more time.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does have one of my favorite lines in that terrible talk, though.
Yeah.
It's the moment when Wyatt is driving them home. I don't want to cut too fast. Is this
no,
okay.
No, please.
So Wyatt is driving them home, and he almost runs a red light and has to like swerve the wheel. And Gary is in the back seat, just drunk out of his mind, and he like rolls around in the back seat. And then Lisa turns around and says, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Well, my nuts are halfway up my ass, but other than that, I'm perfect." I don't know how many times as a child I rewound that to figure out what the hell he said. Because he says it so like garbled.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I went through a period in my like 15 to 17 year age where people would ask me how I'm doing, and I would say, "Well, my nuts are halfway up my ass, but other than that, I'm perfect."
It's a fine response.
I was insufferable.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Did you, as long as you didn't do the voice, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
No, I did not. No.
You weren't talking jive when you did that?
No.
Good.
I wasn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, he does do this. And I don't want to say that it wasn't at times funny. I think there were funny moments in there, but it was overwhelmed by just how unpleasant it was.
Yeah.
You really could not let yourself enjoy it.
It's so weird to see someone committing so hard and then it being to that and just being like, well, that's sort of unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when he does it in the next scene, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're still committed.
Yeah. And then when he does it in the scene after that, you're
then
like,
you get it one more time.
Louise.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, let it go. And don't you just wonder if John Hughes was like, yeah, do it again. John Hughes was cringing.
So they have like a moment before they go out where they like have a discussion about what they're wearing that felt very like honest, like it was improvised. And then that thing, seeing that is like, I think a lot of this is they're letting Anthony Michael Hall do some improv. And this is one where they should have cut him off. Even at the time, it's like, you're really like, this is too much. Like you're really milking the joke too much.
Take on this scene. Yeah. This scene is not working like this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Unfortunately, eventually it does stop happening. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
They try to sneak back in. Lisa goes and hides somewhere outside. Chet catches them and busts their balls a little bit. And then Gary passes out, and Wyatt gets a little bit of alone time with Lisa. The two of them practice kissing, and Lisa grabs his butt. And they talk about Wyatt's romantic wishes and aspirations before we tastefully cut away. And you sort of get the vibe that these two guys are in the sort of dog that caught the car situation. You know what I mean? A true example of they wouldn't know what to do with it if they got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, that scene where Lisa kisses Wyatt and she grabs his ass, as if that is like the secret code for good kisses. And I just think it's so funny because there's a callback to it later at the end.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to be like, did John Hughes's teenage self think that grabbing ass was the secret move? Because I really don't know. No. So, yeah.
I was just say, don't knock it till you tried it.
Okay.
So the next morning, the boys wake up in bed and they assume it was all a dream. But wait, how could they have had the same dream? That's when they hear Lisa whipping up some breakfast. Wyatt goes downstairs to say hi, and we learn that he woke up wearing her panties and belly shirt. But it turns out that he passed out before they could do the nasty.
Good.
Yeah. Thank God that.
No,
well,
in a lot of ways.
It's complicated, right? Because she's not a person.
But she's
a person. She's not a human.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
This whole thing is weird, man. The whole thing is weird. I mean,
She
let's
has
face
no
it,
humanity.
the concept of like making a person because you sexually desire them is just on its face pretty bizarre and gross. So
Yes.
it's like when we try to pick apart the intricacies of this scenario, I don't know if we're ever going to come up with an answer we like.
No.
Yeah. And can I also just say that I do want to point out that never in my life, and this is honest to goodness truth right here, never in my life did I think that Wyatt and Lisa like did a closed door, almost had sex situation. I honestly took it at face value that he just wanted her to do gymnastics.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But then how is he wearing her clothes?
I mean, that's a great question, but it also just seems like something that would be mischievous that Lisa would do to him.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I think it actually makes a lot more sense that she zapped him into her outfit because she thought it was funny, which it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because this was going to be another thing that Wyatt was going to have to explain to Chet. Because not even Gary noticed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she delights in sexual mischief.
Yes.
It's true.
I think she just delights in mischief.
Yeah.
That's true.
And she's open to sex more than the rest of us.
Yeah, and she's just constantly in sexual situations.
Yeah.
So that's where she has to
Not
do
her
the
fault.
mischief.
Not her fault.
Yeah. What a life. So after breakfast, the boys take Lisa to the mall. What else are you going to do with a hot babe in the 1980s? So Lisa goes and shops for lingerie, asking the lingerie saleswoman, do you think these see-through panties would turn on a 15-year-old boy?
I can't believe that somebody wrote that line, somebody printed it on paper, and then people read it out loud to each other. I cannot believe that this is a thing. At the time.
It's a different country.
Let's go to the next line after that. Do you have any bras that you think would match this? Something like leather or barbed wire. And
Yeah.
And the attendant says, give me a break.
Yeah.
That is just the best. Give me a break.
That attendant speaks for all of us.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the boys get ices dumped on them by the two radical dudes, Ian and Max. Lisa sees the whole thing, and so she lures the bullies out of the mall with a wink and a smile so that they could see Gary and Wyatt picking her up in a Porsche. For good measure, she tells Ian and Max that there's going to be a party at Wyatt's house that night. This obviously really catches Wyatt by surprise.
Yeah.
Lisa tells him if he ever wants to be the cool dude that throws parties, he's going to have to throw a party sooner or later.
She's not wrong.
Now you're not getting any younger.
Yep.
No.
You can't be a guy who throws parties if you don't throw parties.
And this is also apparently at the time when people just would hear there's a party and be like, yeah, I'm in.
Everybody was so much more social then.
Yeah,
but we weren't as worried about each other as we are now.
it's true.
Yeah.
We used to drink from the hose.
Right?
So then Lisa leaves. She has to go convince Gary's parents to let Gary come to the party. Gary's parents are naturally disturbed to find their child being led around by the dick by this British sex kitten.
Yep.
So Lisa pulls a gun on them and kidnaps Gary and takes him to the party.
It's a wild scene.
Very strange.
It is.
Yeah.
I also think it was an interesting choice, the two people who play Gary's parents. Because they're so like ridiculously buttoned up.
Yeah.
And like, how does a kid like Gary end up being a kid like Gary when his parents are like they are, presumably he should have turned out like Wyatt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's definitely like my parents are punchline parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like in the only other time we're ever going to see them again is when you learn that their brains have been wiped and the father just keeps going, "Who's this Gary you keep talking about?"
Mhm.
And like they only exist for this series of jokes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's party time. Dozens and dozens of kids roll up, including Ian and Max, and their oft-ignored girlfriends, Deb and Hilly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Gary and Wyatt find this whole thing overwhelming and they hide in the bathroom. While Ian and Max are distracted by Lisa and how hot she is, Hilly and Deb run into Gary and Wyatt, and they bond for a moment before the boys finally attempt to work up the guts to face their own party. They quickly get cornered by Max and Ian, who have a very exciting proposition for them. Ian and Max want to trade Deb and Hilly for Lisa.
Doesn't that just seem so gentlemanly? Oh my
Yeah,
God, this
obviously.
moment made me want to scream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scream.
It's too bad. I was really on Ian and Max's side up until this moment.
No, never.
Gary and Wyatt say that this wouldn't be right, but they are willing to make them their own Lisa. Cut to
So?
bras on all their heads. Theme song starts blaring again. Everything starts going crazy. We get a montage of a bunch of crazy stuff.
Including
piano-
piano shooting out of a chimney.
Yeah, and the pianist getting all her clothes ripped off and following behind it.
That's right. That's right.
I thought it was so, like, honestly, the scene where everything gets sucked up the chimney, that's a really great, like, cinematic moment, if you ask me, because
Mhm.
it just
Yeah.
looked so cool. Like, everything was it was like a vacuum. It was just an amazing vacuum sweeper. I loved it. Do you think
The
it
whole
was all done in miniature?
I don't know. I don't think they could have done the piano falling on the gazebo in miniature. That looked size accurate to me.
this is really the section that really made me think about the level of commitment that Hughes is putting into, and the whole sequence is
Mhm,
shot
mhm.
and edited in a way that gives it such a kinetic energy that's crazy.
Mhm.
And it's all to just be like, hey, they're making a lady and weird shit goes down when they make a woman, right? Like pianos flying out of a chimney, yuck, yuck, moving on. And it's just like, this is so much like destruction of property in set making just for this montage.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's excellent.
It feels very Al Feldstein, very, going back to comics and like Mad Magazine. It has that kind of vibe. Like when they would cut to the photograph of the parents, and then the parents in the photograph would start dancing to the Weird Science theme song.
Yeah.
It's like, this
Yeah.
is just like,
Yeah.
this is a goofy cartoon for this part, and that's really fun. Where was I? So, unfortunately, our nerds forgot a very important step. They forgot to hook up the Barbie doll to some electrodes.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they left them laying on top of an issue of Time magazine with an intercontinental ballistic missile on the cover, causing Wyatt's computer to manifest a nuclear weapon, presumably with big tits and David Lee Roth's personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you never get to see below the casing. So you just,
Yeah.
there's no confirmation.
They're in there. She's covered up. She's
Okay,
very
okay,
demure. Lisa's very disappointed in them. Oh, you're trying to show off and be big men, and you didn't really think about my uniqueness is what makes me special. That's got to be kind of hurtful.
But she also says to them, you're trying to, when are you going to learn that people like you for who you are and not what you can give them?
A sexual slave.
I just think that's so ridiculous, because her whole premise is giving them exactly what they want.
Yeah. That's exactly why they like her.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, how would they have learned that, Lisa? How would they have learned that special lesson?
Yeah.
The plot of this is like the reason why characters are so weird. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah.
She realizes that the boys were just trying to look cool for Ian and Max. So she offers them a chance to look really cool by manifesting a post-apocalyptic biker gang to come and assault the party. This was weird.
Yeah.
It's an odd choice.
Eventually, the boys work up the courage to face these mutant bikers from after the apocalypse. Gary pulls out Lisa's gun, which is now turned into a real gun. It was a water pistol before, and scares them off. Then begins sort of a surprisingly long coda to the film. Hilly and Deb fall for Gary and Wyatt, and they spend the night at Wyatt's house. The next morning, Chet comes back. It turns out there's a reason why Chet hasn't been there for a while. He's been out duck hunting.
Mm-hmm.
He finds the house in shambles and his brother in bed with a girl and his grandparents frozen in time and stuffed into the pantry.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that
part.
happened.
I forgot about that part.
Mm-hmm. Did you also notice that Wyatt's grandparents have British accents?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from across the pond.
I guess.
Lisa knows how to handle Chet, though. So the boys drive the gals home, and Lisa transforms Chet into a giant toad monster and tells him that she won't change it back until he agrees to lay off. When Wyatt and Gary get back from dropping off their new girlfriends, they tell Lisa that they're breaking up with her. They've been in sort of a throuple this whole time. There's also a weird dynamic in this movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why there wasn't just one nerd. It feels like it would have been cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you couldn't have had... It would have had to last longer because then you couldn't have had the silly scene at the candy bar and the kiss on the patio.
Yeah.
In the same night. It wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Somehow, if it's just one guy, he's a loner and doesn't have any friends, and that somehow is creepier.
I
Okay.
agree
That's
with you.
fair.
Whereas,
That's fair.
Whereas
You could give him
the
a friend. The
throuple-
friend isn't there that weekend. He has. a friend.
Whereas the smooching throuple is comparatively wholesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess because it also does keep anybody from getting too emotionally attached to Lisa.
Yeah.
Nobody can really
Yeah.
fall in love with Lisa.
I did say comparatively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good call.
So yeah, they break up with Lisa. She says she understands, and she kisses them, and then she disappears in a puff of smoke. Cut to a boys' gym class full of dweebs. And guess who their new scantily clad gym teacher is? That's right, it's Lisa. Wink at the camera. The end.
Weird science.
Weird science.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So, final thoughts, 5-star ratings. Greg, why don't you kick us off?
Yes, this is a weird little movie. This movie, what's really bizarre to me about this movie is it's like, let's have two horny boys and they're going to make a woman. And then once they've got that woman, they're going to kind of forget about that woman and have an epiphany about themselves. So I feel like, and I've been trying to come up with a metaphor and it's not fully there yet, but it's like Kelly LeBrock is the chlorophyll, but they're really interested in us experiencing photosynthesis. But unfortunately, the chlorophyll is the most interesting part about the whole process. And also, like, the first act is about, like, we're having trouble. What if we try to turn sunlight into energy? I know what we could do. Chlorophyll. And then the rest of it is not about the chlorophyll. It's about what they do with the energy that they got from the chlorophyll. And it's just like, what was the first act about? It's a weird movie, but it's not weird for the reason. It's not weird in the way that a weird movie is weird, which is what's weird about it. So I'm going to say it's a 1.5 for watchable because it does just like it is really for
because of the chlorophyll.
Yeah. Well, it's
Obviously.
The way that it's like chlorophyll.
Sure. It's difficult to put some things into words sometimes.
I
But
understand.
Seriously, this really feels like this is for Not even a 15-year-old boy. It's for like a 13-year-old boy who's excited to be a 15-year-old boy one day,
Yes.
but doesn't know what being a
Mhm.
16-year-old boy would be like, except that it was made by like an adult male.
Mhm.
And so it's got a level of
Yeah.
commitment. And his hand is so good in this. And Michael Anthony Hall is doing his best. Unfortunately, they needed to rein him in a little bit. Kelly LeBrock is magnetic, unbelievable in this. And the whole thing is about just like a couple of boys riffing and making some stupid non-sex jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, why was this made? What was the
Yeah.
point of this? We didn't need a portion of this for them to learn the life lesson. Unless you're gonna, and then she's made a magic after it was science. It's so for weirdness, I'm going to say 1.5 because it's 1.5 across the board. I think.
Okay, I think that's
So there you go.
fair. How about you, Anna? What about you in terms of watchability and weirdness?
Well, I would give it a 2.5 in watchability. And what gives it that extra star, really, is that throughout the movie, she keeps telling Gary and Wyatt and other guys too, like, oh, they own me. Oh, I do whatever they want. And then keeps demonstrating that she does in fact have complete autonomy from them. They cannot force her to do anything. And she keeps on doing what she wants. You know, it is generally in service of what she thinks is good for them, but often it's things that they don't want her to do. And that to me makes it watchable. You know what I mean? That she isn't subservient. She's this mischievous Mary Poppins type. Yeah. So that's a 2.5. And as for weirdness, I would give it probably about a 2. Well, I don't know, maybe 2.5. Again, there's those electricity powers. Electricity powers are always very interesting to me because there's a wide range of what they seem to be able to do.
That's true. A lot of things use electricity these days.
That's true.
So I gave it a 3.5 for watchability. I think it's got some laughs, but it's also got some clunkers. It has a hot babe. It moves at a good clip. It has kind of a fun look to it, but mostly it was just kind of mid. That was the main takeaway from the movie. Like, this is meh, you know? You can kind of tell that he wrote it in 2 days. It needed just a little bit more time to marinate, in my opinion. Weirdness, I gave it also 2 stars. There is a surprisingly long time when Gary is doing a jive voice, and he talks about a 13-year-old with big tits. But other than that, it's not that weird very often.
Yeah.
But you do also see a 15-year-old boy walking around in very skimpy bikini panties. That's also kind of strange.
Yeah, that was very strange.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Shelly, what about you? Watchability and weirdness, where do you land?
Okay, so if you had asked me 3 weeks ago what I thought the watchability of this movie was, I would have been like, oh, come on, this is at least 4.5. You know, you could definitely watch that. And then I rewatched it, and I like immediately got the urge to call you and be like, forget about it. No, don't, we're not going to do this. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to fall somewhere in the middle. I'm going to give it, like a 2.75,
Okay.
somewhere between Chris and Anna, I think. And primarily I'm going to say Kelly LeBrock's performance in this just sends it for me. I think it's her mischievousness and her like wizardry and her charisma and, I feel like if RuPaul was giving her stars, she would get 10 across the board for
Absolutely.
charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Like, she's got it all.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Michael Hall has these moments that are also really great.
Yeah.
And then some that are just so terrible. So I think I'm stuck somewhere between those two. I'm also struck by how adorable Robert Downey is in this, because he's not even using the junior in the credits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Robert
true.
Downey, and he has that like little gap in his two front teeth. He hasn't worn braces yet.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just thought he was precious, even though he's a
Mm-hmm.
total asshole. Weirdness, I'm gonna say it falls really low on
Yeah.
weirdness, like 1
Ironic.
star. Yeah, very ironic. It just feels like, and after we've had this conversation, it just feels like John Hughes wanted to make Anthony Michael Hall's character from The Breakfast Club into something,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
why not give him a girl? And yeah, I'm gonna also like continue on that too. I'm gonna round up to a 3 on watchability, solely because of that Max Headron style MTV computer montage moment.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
good. It's
It's
so
a really
good.
it's a really
And
good
then-
montage.
And then that scene at the like on the second making of the thing with
Mhm.
the chimney. Yeah, I'm gonna say those two moments. Like you could very easily fast forward
Yeah.
to the first making of Lisa,
Mhm.
and then fast forward again until the second making of a thing,
Yeah. When they
You're
make the
good.
big titty
You're good.
missile.
and
Mhm.
maybe a couple quick pauses on Lisa. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Listeners, you heard our review, but I found a couple other reviews by some people who really liked weird science. And we're going to hear from them in the review.
Okay.
Review, where we review reviews. You wrote a review of the film, now we're going to review you. Review, review. La, 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 la.
All right. So I went to IMDb. I found 3 10 out of 10 reviews. Review number 1. One of the best comedies I've ever seen.
Wow.
Okay.
That was it.
No. That's
Oh,
just
okay,
the
okay.
title of the review. And Shelly, I want you to listen closely as an English teacher.
Okay.
There's one sentence in here that is a very strong clue as to what I think the age of the person who wrote this is. This is a story of 2 boys who create a super cool woman. The most funny thing is that these boys are total losers. They are oppressed by the society. Lisa, the cool fictional woman, teaches them how to become popular and brings out their best qualities. The good story, combined with excellent jokes and awkward situations, creates a very nice setting for a true comedy.
Their adjectives are on point.
It's true. They are.
They're all adjectives.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also feel like that review was originally written in like perhaps another language and
Yeah.
then put into Google Translate
Could
to
be.
English and then put into a third language,
Mm-hmm.
translated into that third language, and then translated back to English. So
Yeah.
I think there's some layers there.
Okay. Tagline or
Very good.
review number 2. This was the best movie ever! 2 exclamation points.
I've got it too.
Yeah. I saw this movie about a half a year ago.
Hmm.
And as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. I think it's just because I'm only 13 and I like those kinds of movies. Also, in the movies that I watch, they seem better with some attractive guys in them. Twist.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, the next sentence, the author writes who they think the attractive guy is. Who do you guys think it was?
I hope it's Bill Paxton.
Wyatt. It's Wyatt.
Wyatt? Bill Paxton? What do you think, Shelly?
Oh, yeah. Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton.
In this movie, Ilan Mitchell Smith was really hot. It was Wyatt.
Okay.
Oh,
I knew
he's
it.
adorable. He
He's
really
very cute. Tagline number 3. Classic eye candy.
Yep.
What can you say about weird science? Well, let's be honest. The plot is hardly in depth. And no Oscars were dished out for the performances. But it still proves to be a hit every time I decide to watch it.
Ugh.
I can recite the script now, and I still haven't tired. Perhaps it's because this trip down memory lane to those days when life was simple. Remember when we made beautiful ladies from computers?
It was so simple then. Computers, they could make
better.
women, and they weren't turning on lights or streaming music. They were just making people.
Yeah,
Mhm.
or nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Either one, unchecked nuclear.
I call them the good
proliferation.
old days.
I mean, let's be fair. If you can make both people and nuclear weapons, you're in a very good place.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Return. You guys want to play a game?
Oh my gosh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Hooray.
All right. We're going to play a little Guess the Title.
Ooh.
Let me tell you about this brand new game where you guess the movie's name. You just tell me what the title is and prove you know all about showbiz.
Guess the title.
Whippa, 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 whippa.
Guess the title.
Gooby, 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 gooby.
Guess the title. Guess the title.
Come on, honey.
Guess the title.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, whoa, whoa. All right, so we're going to be playing a little Guess the Title. We're going to be doing it with the films of Vernon Wells. Vernon Wells played Lord General, the leader of the post-apocalyptic bikers. He was cast in this role because he played Wes in The Road Warrior.
Okay.
He has
Alright.
apparently appeared in over 250 films. He built an entire career based on being Wes in The Road Warrior. So I'm going to ask you.
Hang on.
Wait, okay, so that was a Mad Max movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Mad Max 2.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and there's a call forward in the movie when Lisa meets Ian and Max at the mall, and Ian, Robert Downey's character, says, "Yeah, we call him Mad Max."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
why she had Mad Max on the brain. That was Chekhov's Mad Max.
Oh my god, you guys! I just put that together. I'm dying.
What?
I'm dying. Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you a description of a Vernon Wells film, and I'm going to give you 3 titles. This is a buzz-in game. You'll buzz in by saying your own name. If you get it wrong, your opponents will have the chance to steal. Everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, question number 1. An aspiring cowboy finds a peculiar door standing alone in an open field. His curiosity leads him through it and out into the perilous world of the American Wild West. Is this Time Sheriff, The Last Frontier, or Showdown in Yesteryear?
Greg,
Ellie.
Greg?
The Last Frontier.
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't The Last Frontier.
Shelly.
Shelly?
Showdown in Yesteryear.
That is correct.
That's
I really hoped it was Cowboy Door.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that would have been. That'd be a good band.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Mutated flying sharks wreak havoc along the beach and during an annual volleyball tournament.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about bad timing. Is that Apex Predators 2 Shark Skies, Apex Predator 2, The Spawning, or Apex Predator 2, Bloody Balls?
Greg.
Anna.
Greg?
What was the first one?
Apex Predator 2, Shark Skies?
Apex Predator 2 Shark Skies. Man.
No,
Oh, like
sorry.
dark skies.
Sure. Anna or Shelly, can you steal?
I'm gonna say number 2, not the bloody balls one.
Apex Predator 2, The Spawning?
The Spawning.
That's correct.
I feel like this could have been a really great precursor to what I'm guessing Sharknado was like.
I'm going to say this is post Sharknado.
I'm going to look it up, but I don't know. I don't think sharks spawn. I think they do live birth.
I don't think so.
They
Yeah.
do live
Yeah,
birth.
they do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Question number 3. An American author travels to a small rural town in the United Kingdom. During his stay, he uncovers a cult worshiping a god they call lycanthrope.
Man, except for the name of the god, I've watched so many movies like this.
Yeah.
I love it. I love movies like this.
No, it's a great premise.
I'll watch them all.
It's Anna's Pokemon.
Is it Werewolf Cabal,
Ooh.
The Wicker Werewolf Man, or Bark at the Moon?
Anna,
Shelly.
Anna?
Bark at the Moon.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Bark at the Moon.
Greg.
Shelly.
Greg?
What was the first one you said?
Werewolf Cabal?
Yeah, that's the one.
That is the one. Greg's on the board.
Yes.
Question number 4. During the COVID-19 lockdown, a teen girl living with her grandpa takes up online detective work to save their house from foreclosure. Is that remote solving? Sally Floss, digital detective? Or You've Got Clues?
Shelly.
Shelly?
Remote solving.
No, it wasn't remote
Oh.
solving.
Greg.
Greg.
There was one that was long and had like a colon in it, maybe.
Sally Floss, digital detective.
That's the one.
You're correct.
Why would anybody pick that last name on a movie that they're writing?
I don't know.
So upsetting.
Clues.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Question number 5. The manager of a small town public access station questions the legacy of his favorite child show mascot when he learns the man inside the costume has been carrying a dark secret.
Dun, dun.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Is that Kringle time? Not for kids? Or we need to talk about Mr. Kiki?
Shelly,
Shelly?
we need to talk about Mr. Kiki. Come on. That's a
I'm
great
sorry.
title.
Anna?
Kringle time.
You're on the board, my dove. It was Kringle time.
It's Kringle time.
It's all right. There's plenty of game left to play. Question number 6. A week before Christmas, a viral outbreak turns the citizens of Los Angeles into the Walking Dead.
Oh,
Is that A Zombie Christmas, Stirring Creatures, or Silent Night, Zombie Night?
Boy.
Anna.
Anna?
Silent Night, Zombie Night.
Oh my God, it's all tied up. A 3-way tie.
No. It's Kringle Time 2. Chris Kringle returns. That's what it is.
It is part of the Kringle extended universe, I'm sure. Question number 7. A group of college students break down on a desolate highway, and their search for refuge leads them straight to the web, a depraved cult that worships pain and death. Is this Blood Ranch, Night Blood, or Welcome to My Parlor?
Shelly.
Shelly?
Blood Ranch.
You're correct, Shelly.
Nice.
I think that's on my list of movies to watch.
Well, it's got Vernon Wells in it, so it can't be all bad.
Okay.
Question number 8. A kickboxer on the run from the triads gets drawn into a web of sex and murder that will test his martial arts skills to the limit. Is this Ring of Violence, Master of Fighting, or Kick of Death?
Greg. Master of Fighting.
No, it wasn't Master of
I
Fighting.
had to say it.
Shelly?
Anna.
Shelly?
Kick of Death?
Oh my God, Shelly, it was Kick of Death.
Hey.
Look
What a
at that.
stupid name. I love it. Somebody greenlit that project.
Yeah, I'm sure it didn't cost very much. Question number 9. Last one. In a post-apocalyptic wasteland, 2 sisters leave their stronghold to save their wounded mother. Armed only with a muscle car and limited ammo, they race against ruthless raiders to secure life-saving supplies from a distant outpost. Is this Road Fury Maximum War, Road Wars Max Fury, or Max Rhodes and the Fury War?
This is a great question.
Yes.
Can you read them one more time?
Absolutely, I can. Road Fury Maximum War, Road Wars Max Fury, Max Rhodes and the Fury War.
Greg.
Whatever
the first one was.
Road Fury Maximum War?
That's the one.
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Road Fury Maximum War. Shelly or Anna, can you steal? Anna?
Road Wars Max Fury.
That's correct.
Hey!
Shelly, you are our big winner. Anna, you take second, but congratulations to Shelly.
Ooh!
This is exciting music. I like this.
Leftover from our episode about Super Mario Brothers.
Perfect.
Uh-oh, it's the Baddie Awards. Now you're messing with 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 the Baddie Awards. Congratulations to all the nominees. That's right. Congratulations to all our nominees. It's the Baddie Awards. Greg, please inaugurate these awards.
So I'm going to give my Baddie Award to maybe the stupidest joke. That's also very subtle. It's a very subtle, stupid joke. When Kelly LeBrock breaks out of that bathroom, they show the door kind of bulging, and on the door is a bumper sticker that says, "I break for women." And moments later, that door will break for a woman. So there you go. Real stupid. Thumbs down, but you get the Baddie Award. So congrats. You've done it. Stupid joke.
Anna, do you have a Baddie Award?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Bill Paxton's hair.
Ooh.
He's got a real flat top, but because of the shape of his skull, it slopes upward. So from head on, he looks like he's got little horns at the back of his skull. I don't know. It's just a very funny, cartoonish haircut, and he wears it real well.
He does.
Yeah, it really suits his assholeness of a character for sure. I'm going to give a Baddie Award just to this movie perhaps being an unconscious inspiration towards the best script that I wrote in college. It was about 2 nerds, and they're at the bottom of the social ladder, and one of them decides to start going up the social ladder by eating other people and gaining their strength.
Nice.
It was sort of Weird Science meets Ravenous. It was called Tonight I Dine on Your Flesh. Listeners, if you're a movie producer, don't hesitate to reach out. It will need a couple of rewrites.
Yes.
Shelly, do you have a baddie award?
Okay, so other than Anthony Michael Hall's line, my nuts are halfway up my ass. I think I'm just going to give my baddie award to Lisa's costuming. I know that we talked about how there was another Kelly, like Kelly #1, for whom many of the costumes were made, but I think Kelly LeBrock, everybody's true Lisa, is just pulls them off beautifully.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I especially, I love the jacket that she wears to meet Gary's parents that is all rhinestoned with the number 13 in the back. And then she takes that jacket off and it's like a tight white skirt with suspenders that crisscross in the front over a sleeveless like muscle tank. That's fucking hot. And then she has that sequins number that she wears at the party with that dip in the back. I'm just over here biting my own fist. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, and of course her iconic look in the crop top with those blue panties.
Can you get any better than that?
That is pure pin-up material.
Pin up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
absolutely.
And I don't think we even mentioned that this is also Kelly LeBrock's entrance into the Two Timers Club after appearing in your previous appearance, The Woman in Red, where she also plays this like overwhelmingly sexual woman.
Yeah. I think I went through a phase.
Hey, it's a very understandable phase.
Wait, is this another opportunity to plug Your Roots Are Showing?
It sure is.
Because Kelly LeBrock is a hardcore root for me, folks. And I'm going to say that she's a foundational piece of the pyramid that is my queerness.
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
She's gotta get a baddie award for that as well. That one's coming from the Academy. Yes. Salute to you, Kelly LeBrock, for helping Shelly understand that she's gay. What a blessing.
Amen.
Well, listeners, you check out Your Roots Are Showing and come back next week when we're going to be talking about Piranha 3D with Kyle MacLachlan. Not that Kyle MacLachlan, a different guy named Kyle MacLachlan. This guy is the host of a podcast called Combat Chronicles about the UFC or the fighting arts in general. And from what I heard, he has a thick British accent of some sort. So I'm excited to try and talk to him. So make sure you don't want to listen to, or you don't want to miss that out. You do want to listen to it. And while you got your phone in your hand, leave us that 5 stars. Find us on Instagram and Substack. Follow the podcast so you can find out when new episodes are dropping. And you could join our Discord. We've got a Substack now where we've got writing. Check out some of our writing about bad movies. And as always, please be good and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?